welcome back to my channel. Happy Sunday. Today I am here to share with you guys everything that I picked up in the month of June. Now, unfortunately for me and for my wallet, I ran out of a lot of personal care items. So I have a lot of those things to show you. I'll put those at the end just in case that's something that you're not interested in, but I had to restock on hair care, skin care. I bought a couple of makeup things, so I'll show you guys that at the end, just like I said, just in case you're not interested. I feel like a lot of you come for the books. I do have some books, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. I picked up 11 books, and 2 of them I actually got, I don't think I paid anything for them, and I'll explain that once we get there. But I have some crystals, I have books, I have maybe some new water bottles, which usually there is one in all of my monthly hauls. And yeah, it's not a ton. And honestly, if I didn't have to restock on like my personal care items, it would have been a pretty good month for me. But I did find a lot of really good sales. I shopped some sales at Target and on Tower 28's website. So there's a lot here, but it wasn't as bad as it looks. But also, I need shampoo. So let's go ahead and start. What do I want to start with? How about I start with the crystals just for fun? And then I don't know what we'll do next, but let's start with the crystals. So my favorite place to buy crystals is Mineral Fox. I have shared a few orders with you guys at this point, and they were having, what happened in June that there would have been a sale? Did I buy these in June or did I buy them in May? No, June 13th. I don't remember. They were having a sale for some reason. Maybe Father's Day? June 13th. Wasn't Father's Day the 15th? I can't remember. I think they were having like a 20% off sale. So I did pick up a few things. They had some new tumbles, and I usually buy in 3s because I have 3 places where I keep crystals. I have this little mini tray here next to my diamond painting table. I have the same type of tray at work on my desk, and then I have 2 really big trays in our bedroom. So I do like to stock it with different types of crystals. I'm not like, I don't necessarily do like charging things. I just like to have them. I think they're pretty. I've always loved rocks and shiny things. So, yeah, I keep crystals. I have some, I have some larger, fancier ones, but I do just a lot of these smaller types of tumbles. So first up we have, it's been a bit since I ordered these, so I need to try and remember which is which. I think this is, let me actually just grab my order, because I feel like I know which ones are which, but I want to make sure that I get it correct. So yeah, okay, so I was right. So these 3 are aquamarine. So again, I bought 3 so I could have 1 at work, 1 in my diamond painting space, and 1 in the bedroom. So hopefully you can see. It's really overcast today, so hopefully it's coming across how pretty those are. And I did not have aquamarine in my collection, so I'm really happy to have a few of them. It's just so amazing to me that like the earth just makes these. It's so cool. So that is aquamarine. And then we have blue apatite. I don't know if it's apatite or aptite. There is an A in there. These are really pretty. Sorry about my fingernails. I need to do something about that. These are really pretty though. And then we have Amazonite. These are really cool. And when you purchase in multiples, something that Mineral Fox does that I really like is they try to give you like 3 different. Obviously they're the same thing, but you can tell these are all just a little bit different in shape. You know, they're one of a kind, so they all look a little bit different, but these are really pretty. And then I also picked up 3 of the fluorite feathers. Now, I have quite a bit of fluorite in my collection. It's a pretty affordable crystal, and if people are making them into carvings, it's, you know, a very common one to use. But I picked up 3 of the feathers, and again, they're all just a little bit different, which I really like. This one has more purple. I love feathers. I have a stereotypical white girl feather tattoo. I feel like if you're about my age, you're like, yep. And then I also got a piece of amethyst. This is a druzy amethyst mini cluster. I've picked up one of these from Mineral Fox in the past. The one I have is a bit more purple, so I kind of like having this kind of brownie color. This one's a little bit smaller too, but that's okay. So really pretty order from Mineral Fox. If you don't follow them on social media, I definitely recommend checking them out. The owner is really nice. I've talked to her through email before, and she was fabulous. Okay, what should we do next? I guess we'll do books, because I feel like that's what a lot of you are here for. Now, I did pick up 2 coloring books, and looking back on that now, I'm kind of like, you didn't need to buy coloring books. I have not colored in a while. I very much need to get back into it, because I think I bought coloring books in May as well that I haven't touched. So did I need to buy these? No, but these are 2 of my favorite coloring book artists, and they came out with new coloring books in June, so I did decide to pick them up. So from Coco Wyo, we have the Girl Moments Volume 2. So there is just a Girl Moments. Look at that one. I always look at these and I'm like, dang, I need to color, but I'm in such like a, I don't want to say I'm in like a tight spot with my diamond painting, but you know, I am trying to fit in a little bit more diamond painting so I don't have to diamond paint while I'm on vacation in the first week of August. So I'm trying to squeeze in a bit more than usual. So I just haven't, I don't know, I haven't really been in the mood to color. I pulled all my stuff out the other day. Oh, I love this one. And then I was just like, I don't know. This one's cute too. I don't know. I just wasn't into it. So hopefully I get the coloring bug back, because I have a ton of coloring books that I need to be using. But Coco Wyo does have the Girl Moments coloring book, and then this is volume 2. And then from DD Plums, this is Summer Cuties, and honestly, the cover is just so freaking cute. Look at that. I might actually take my coloring stuff on vacation. It's so cute, because I think my sister likes to color, and I think my nieces would enjoy it too. So maybe I'll take these on vacation and we can have like a coloring night. I feel like that would be fun. Look, oh my god, the little cow is so cute. I love this one too. So yeah. Oh my gosh, look at that one. They're so cute. I feel like part of me just loves the freaking artwork. Like, I wish we could see some of these as diamond paintings. I think it'd be so cute. So 2 coloring books, not too bad for the month of June, although I haven't been using them, so I need to get on that. Okay, next up we have some books. Now, I have not been reading. I am filming this on the 12th of July, and I have not read a single page in a single book this month. So July's book haul is going to be very small in comparison to my usual book hauls. And honestly, June was pretty small too. I really only picked up new releases. I didn't buy anything extra, which usually it's new releases and then like maybe 1 or 2 books that I've seen that I'm interested in. No, I didn't do that. I only picked up the quote unquote must-haves on my new releases list. I've read a couple of them, which I was able to squeeze in June, but yeah, I haven't been reading. I don't know what's wrong with me. So the first book is Through the Dust by Amber Palmer. This one is book 2 in, what is this series called? The first book was Between the Pines, which I loved. It was so good. This one was great. I really did like this one. I'm trying to find the name of the series because I cannot. I can't remember the name of the series. Sorry about that. But this is book 2. The series follows 3 sisters. This is, I believe, the youngest sister in the group, and this one is an age gap, boss's daughter. It is a cowboy romance, but I wouldn't say it's like super cowboy. It takes place on a ranch, and Bishop is the like head ranch hand, and Lennox's father, who obviously owns the ranch, he's kind of like taken him under his wing, so he kind of sees him as a son. So he's very hesitant to actually act on his feelings with Lennox. He doesn't want to lose his job. He doesn't want to lose like his pseudo family. And I really liked this one. I can't remember exactly what I rated it. If you watched, I feel like I did a recap. Did I do a recap? I think I did a recap right at the end of June in a whip-in chat. But I did really, really like this one, and I'm excited for the 3rd book in the series because the other sister who is due for a book, I feel like her backstory is kind of mysterious, so I'm excited to read book 3. I also really love the colors for this series. So that's Through the Dust. Then I picked up Home Run. This is book 5, and I believe it's the final book in the New York Lions series by Lulu Moore. This is a baseball sports romance book. They're not like enemies. They're like frenemies to lovers. This one, does it say on the back? Yes, this one is a surprise pregnancy trope, so if you're not into that, you might want to skip it. But we've been getting crumbs of Tanner, who I think is the shortstop on the team, and Millie since like the 1st book. Millie is friends with one of the girls from, I think she might be from book 2. So we've kind of been getting like, he's obsessed with her, but she's like, oh my God, you're so annoying. And then all that fun stuff. So I really liked this one. I love this series. Book 1, The Third Baseman, is still my favorite. The character in that book is called Jupiter Reeves, and the fact that I remember his entire name like over a year later since I've read that book like shows how much I love that man. And he shows up in this one, and he is so adorable in this book. So really like this one. If you're into sports romances, I would definitely check out Lulu Moore. She's starting a new series, which I think book 1 comes out in August, and I'm very excited for that. So, also, I believe Tanner's sister, if I'm not mistaken, I believe she becomes the main character in book 1 of the next series, which I love when there's like a crossover. So I'm really excited to check that one out. Okay, I have a couple of books that are older that got traditionally published. The first 2 books in the Rosewood River series by Laura Pavlov came out in a traditionally published version with sprayed edges. They both came out on the same day, so that kind of wasn't great. I was like, God damn it, I have to buy 2 books. I do try to spread my book purchases out throughout the month, but like I said, this author got a traditionally published deal for this series, so books 1 and 2 came out on the same day, and then the rest of the series is like 1 a month for the next few months, so that's fine. I don't actually know which one is book 1. This is a series that it started coming out in January of this year, but I am still in the middle of a different Laura Pavlov series, so I decided not to pick this series up right away. I want to finish what I'm currently reading, because Laura Pavlov is kind of similar in a way that her books her series kind of always link together. So sometimes it's like a set of cousins is the next series, and then I think the following series was a brother that one of the other guys didn't know he had. Like, they always kind of have a familial link, and I very much like to read that in order. So I hadn't picked this series up. I don't actually know what the link is between the previous series and this one. I'm sure I will find out. Does it tell me which one is book 1? Okay, Steal My Heart is book 1. So the pink one is book 1. This one is A Boss's Daughter, Small Town Enemies to Lover Workplace Romance. And then My Silver Lining is the second book in the series. And this one is a small town fake dating enemies to lovers romance. So, excited to get to this series. I did not want to miss out on the sprayed edges because I think they are beautiful. And I will be picking up the rest of the series as they come out. Next up, we have Cash by Jessica Peterson. This is another book that has been out and was picked up for a traditionally published deal and came out with sprayed edges. I'm a sucker for sprayed edges. I know some people hate them. I love sprayed edges. I think that they're just really, really pretty. So I picked this one up. The next 2 books come out over the next few months with the sprayed edges, so I will also be picking those ones up. This one is... I've heard that this book is fantastic. So I have the audiobook. I picked it up. I think I picked it up with an Audible credit that was expiring because I canceled my membership. Molly is a city girl who moves back to her small town Texas ranch. And Cash Rivers is the ranch's grumpy foreman. So, we'll see. But I've heard it's really great, and I do like the sprayed edges quite a bit. Then I picked up the Barnes & Noble exclusive paperback of Crescent City House of Flame and Shadow by Sarah J. Maas. I have books 1 and 2 in this style, so obviously I wanted a copy of book 3 to match. I have the traditional hardback with like the actual cover that comes out, and I wanted the fancy paperback to match the rest of my other paperbacks. I have not read this book. I was waiting for part 2 of the graphic audio to come out. I believe that it has come out. So I will be listening to that probably in September at some point. I kind of hold off on fantasy and fantasy romance books until the fall and winter. So I will hopefully catch up with this one in September. Although I've kind of been pushing it off because this is my last Sarah J. Maas book that I have to read. I will have read her entire backlist once I finish this book, and that kind of makes me sad. So I've been holding off a little bit on picking this one up. I've also heard that this one was a little bit of a disappointment for some people, so we'll see. Either way, I picked up the paperback. Then from Sarah A. Bailey, I picked up the first 2 books in the Pacific Shores series. This is another book series that was recently picked up for a traditionally published deal. So books 1 and 2 came out again on the same day, just like the other series with the sprayed edges, and then the rest of the series comes out over the next few months. So I picked up Heathen and Honeysuckle with these sprayed edges, and Wicked and Wildflower with these sprayed edges. They're just so pretty. Now, I have read Heathen and Honeysuckle. I read this in June. This is a second chance romance. I think they were friends to lovers when they were teenagers, and then she ran away. Now, I do remember talking to you guys about this one because something happens that I felt like there was no warning for, but I did listen to the audiobook for this one. So this one says that Heathen and Honeysuckle is intended for readers 18 plus and includes heavy emotional and explicit content. Detailed warnings can be found at the author's website. Now, I'm not like trying to say anything against this author or anything like that, but something happens in this book that bothered me. And I did talk about it in detail when I talked about the books that I read in June, so I won't bring it up again. I do wish that the content warnings were just available in the book. You know, most authors, a lot of authors do that. I shouldn't say most. A lot of authors do that. I usually just, you know, skip on by. But I felt like there should have been a trigger warning, pregnancy loss, or something like that. Which happens in this book in the past. So you don't like experience it with her in the future, but you find out that it happened to her in the past. And as somebody who like has been through that multiple times, it's just not something that I love to read in books. And I do usually steer clear of books that say, hey, this is in here. So I didn't love that, but I did really like the story. So it kind of took me out a little bit from the actual story, but I did still like it, and I'm still excited to read the rest of the series. We met a group of friends in the past who kind of have all gone their own separate ways, and I think throughout the series, we're just going to see them all find their way back to each other. So I am very much looking forward to that. And the second book is Wicked and Wildflower. There's no audiobook for this one just yet. So I will definitely be actually going to the author's website this time just to make sure that there's nothing in it. Usually trigger warnings don't bother me. Like, books don't generally trigger me, but that is one thing that just isn't my favorite to read about. I read to escape my life. I don't want the things of my past to come back and haunt me, which is why trigger warnings are there. So should I have done a little bit more research? Yes, but do I also wish that it was printed at somewhere in the book that, hey, this is going to happen? Yes, I also wish that was the case. Even if it was like the content warning page like she has here. And again, I'm not singling her out. She's definitely not the only person who does this. A lot of authors do print it in the book. This could just be a publisher's choice, but I wish that this said like content warning, you know, obviously I don't want to spoil anything, but maybe there could be like, you know, check the back of the book if you want to know, that type of thing. I just wish it was a little bit more readily available in that situation. Next up, I picked up Ride the Sky by Eva Hunter. I believe this is book 4 in the Runaway Ranch series. This series this series follows 4 brothers, I want to say, and I've really enjoyed this series so far. This is a cowboy romance, and I actually don't know. Oh, so this must be a... Oh, okay, I know which brother this is. So this is one of the brothers, and this is the sister of the female main character from book 2. So we have met... Is her name Fallon? What's her name? I feel like her name is Fallon. Is it Wyatt and Fallon? Yeah, her name is Fallon. We have seen these 2 characters multiple times in the other books, so I'm very excited to find out their story. And then finally, I do have 2 Book of the Month books. I no longer have a subscription with them. I re-signed up because they had a Sprayed Edges edition of Silver Elite available in May. And because it took them so long to get those books out, they gave us a free credit. So I must have forgotten to cancel my subscription. So I paid for a subscription, which is $14.99 for a month, but then I also got a free credit. So I picked up the Summer Rerun as my actual choice. I actually think I'm going to give this to my sister. I feel like my sister would very much enjoy this book. This is about, I think it's about a couple... Yeah, Tess and Grant are both running for governor of Virginia, and secrets from the summer threaten to shatter their families, their political futures, and memories of first love. So I think they were together when they were younger. Yeah, they were together when, sorry, I'm reading the actual synopsis. They were together when they were younger, and then drifted apart, and now they're running against each other for governor of Virginia. I was born in Virginia, so that kind of piqued my interest. Also, nothing else that Book of the Month came out with in June really seemed very interesting to me, but I got that one. And then with my free credit, I got Promise Me Sunshine by Cara Bastone. I have another book from her, also from Book of the Month, when I used to have a monthly subscription with them. I don't anymore. It's just, I don't love hardback books. I much prefer paperback. So I wanted to just use up my free credit and then cancel my subscription. So that's what I did. This one is, a young woman is grieving the loss of her best friend. Her life turned upside down when she meets a grumpy stranger who swears he can help her live again. So this one is, I think, the second book from this author. The first one is Ready or Not, which I also have from Book of the Month, which I also had to stop reading for similar reasons to Heathen and Honeysuckle. So I haven't gotten through that one just yet. I just wasn't in the best headspace for that. I don't know that these are tied together. I hope that they're not, because I would be interested in picking this one up. Although I will say, there's been so much going on in the world right now with like people, like tragedies, people passing away, and I'm like living in not a great headspace right now. So I don't know if reading a book about someone grieving her best friend is where I need to be, but whenever I'm ready for it, I will have that book. So that's my book haul for the month of June. The next up, I have some cups. So that was creepy. My Alexa just went off. I don't like that. I did place an order with Hydrojug, which is my favorite cup company. And I know I don't need any more cups, but I just love my cups. Spoiler alert, there will be one in the July haul. So I got this really cute pink and red cherry one with the bows. It's so cute. I actually passed on this one when it was first released, and it came back in stock, and I was like, you know what? This is your chance. So I picked this one up. I love it. And then I also picked up this smaller cup. This one is a 14 ounce. It's actually marketed as a children's tumbler, but I got it in this really cute bow pattern. It also comes with the plastic boot, if I can get it off. There we go. It comes with the pink plastic boot there. It is completely spill proof. Both of these are completely spill proof. They're my favorite cup. I used to be a Stanley girl until I tried the Hydrojug, and the fact that I can just throw them in my work bag and I don't have to worry about them spilling is the greatest thing. So I love my Hydrojugs. Definitely recommend checking them out. And then a little random purchase that I made were these Beverage Buddies. There are a couple colors missing. They are currently in the sink to be washed, but these go over your soda cans. So you open your soda can, which I'm not going to do right now because it's only 11 o'clock in the morning. You put it on your soda can, and then you have like a sippy lid, and this closes. Now it does like click shut. It definitely keeps your drink from spilling all over the place. It's not spill proof. But I got these because I usually take a soda to work to have with lunch. I don't always finish it, so I want to bring it home. And without these, it would just be an open can, and I'm like, you know, trying to walk out the door and it's spilling all over. So I picked these up for that, but I also took them away when we were up to camp for 4th of July weekend, and they were great on the boat. So if you're looking for something to cover up, maybe you're having barbecue or something like that, I got these on Amazon. I will link them in my storefront. And then I think, oh, I got this really cute. I love these. Okay, I do love stuffed animals. Yes, I'm an old lady, but when I'm home by myself, like when Steven's not home or whatever, I do like to have a little cuddly stuffy, and these ones are weighted. So these are from the Pillow Fort brand at Target. They are, I don't know how much they're weighted for. I have a deer, which I've had for probably like a year at this point, but they came out with this cheetah. Look at how cute he is. Oh my God, it's adorable. So I had to get the white and black speckled cheetah. It's so cute. Do I need it? No. Did I want it? Yes. So did I buy it? Yes. I haven't named this cheetah yet. I was thinking Cleo, but if you have a better C name, let me know in the comments. These are great. They're very good for anxiety since they are weighted. I do suffer with very severe anxiety, so I do just like to have something around, and these fit the bill. If you have, you know, young kids who like stuffies, I would definitely check these out. So these ones are from Target. I will try to remember to link. Usually I just do my Amazon storefront, so I'll try to remember to find you guys a link for that one. Okay, we are into the beauty stuff. So if you're not interested in beauty products or self-care, I totally understand, but I am going to show you guys what I picked up. Oh, I have to go grab something though. I'll be right back. Okay, so for hair care, I did decide to pick up a new hair care line to me. Now, I was influenced to buy these because Target was having a really great sale. I think it was buy one get one free for this Eva NYC brand. So I picked up the shampoo and conditioner in the Repair Ritual Strengthening shampoo and conditioner. It smells really good. I've been using it for maybe like 2 weeks now, and I do like it. It does make my hair feel pretty nice. I usually use the Dove Repair Defense, I think is what it's called, but I had used that. I'd bought it like 3 times in a row, and I feel like sometimes my hair needs like a reset, so I have to buy something different. So I don't know if I'll go back to Dove. We'll just see how things go, but I have really been enjoying these products. I also picked up the Therapy Session Deep Conditioning Hair Mask from the same line. This actually smells different than the shampoo and conditioner, but I like it. It kind of has like a vanilla scent, and this thing was full. I think I've used this like twice now. I couldn't believe when I opened this how full it was, so that was a nice surprise. And then since it was buy one get one free, I also got the Strength Treatment. This one's interesting because it's actually a heat protectant in like a cream. Usually I've only used a like spray heat protectant, but this one is actually a cream. So you put this in when your hair is damp. I'm not gonna lie to you, I haven't been using this one as often because I forget to put it in. I actually don't like to brush my hair when it's wet, so I usually don't brush it until it's dry, and that means I forget to use the actual product. So not my best work there, but I will try to make that a priority. From Sol de Janeiro, I actually picked up 2 bottles of these. They brought back their Cheirosa 39 scent for a limited time. At least they're saying it's limited edition. I don't know, we'll see. I actually had points on Sol de Janeiro's website, so I got these on release for like $15 off. So that was a win. The other one is still sealed. It's under the bathroom cabinet, but I did want to buy 2 just in case these were actually limited edition. The notes on this one are coconut cream, tropical orchid, and toasted praline. I do really like it. I will say, people say it smells like popcorn. I don't get popcorn, but it's definitely more of like a creamy coconut than like a summer coconut. So do with that information what you will. I very much enjoy it. I have all of the Sol de Janeiro fragrances, but I missed out on 39 before they discontinued it. So I am happy to have that in my collection. I did a little Ulta order. Not that I needed to, but I still did. I really wanted to pick up these new Milk Balmade lip balms. I love lip balms. I don't do lipstick, but I like a tinted lip balm or just a clear lip balm. So I got the Electron shade, which is clear with glitter. And then I got Quench, which is kind of like a tinted, kind of nude color. Who do I think I am? A beauty influencer? Really pretty though. Like, look at the sparkles. Look at a little bit more light. Look at the clear one with the sparkles. Really pretty. And then I also picked up from Essence. This was like $2. This is the Super Peptide Glossy Lip Treatment in Coralized. This is supposed to be a dupe for the Rhode lip tints. I have never tried those. But it's more of just like a clear. It's like a little pink tint to it. I like all 3. They all feel really nice on the lips, so I'm happy to have those. I think there was a coupon or something for Ulta. The real reason that I purchased was for those Milk lip balms, but I also wanted to try these Pixie On The Go products. These have been around for a really long time, but they are something that I've been interested in. And I saw somebody do like a summer makeup routine where they use these products. Oh gosh, sorry. Where they use these products and it just looked so nice. So I got the Pixie On The Go blush in Ruby. So they like kind of look like little deodorants. So we have that. I really, really like these. And then I have the On The Go bronze in Beach Glow. Really pretty and really creamy. So I am very much enjoying those two products. And then finally, I did place an order with Tower 28 during their Friends and Family sale, which was a 28% off coupon. So I did a little bit of damage, but I do have a very funny story to share with you guys. So I ordered these during the sale. Oh my gosh, I have the dropsies today. And then for whatever reason, it took them a really long time to ship. Now, when people have big sales, anniversary sales, friends and family sales, I always give them like a lot of grace. Like I'm assuming they got a lot of orders, they're doing their best. So it wasn't a problem to me that it was taking longer. However, we were going away for 4th of July, and once they finally shipped, which I want to say was like July 1st, I got a notification that I had to sign for them. And I was like, why do I have to sign for makeup? Like they were coming from FedEx. I had to, signature was required. And I was like, what am I going to do? I'm going to be at work. So I went into the app and I printed out the form and you can sign it and leave it on your door. No problem. No issues at all. Well, at the last second, Steven and I decided to take like a half day so we could leave for camp early so we didn't get stuck in traffic. Because going up north from where we live on a holiday weekend, camp is in the Adirondack Mountains. If you're familiar with the area, getting there on a holiday weekend is insane. So we decided to take a half day and I was all stressing out because my package was due. I didn't want it to sit outside. It was makeup. I didn't want it to be there for 4 days, blah, blah, blah. So I ended up being home when the FedEx guy delivered. So he knocked on the door, but he saw that I had filled out the paper. So he started walking away and I walked out and I was like, oh, I'm so sorry. I didn't think I would be here in time. He was very nice. He's like, hey, just to save a little bit of time, do you mind just signing the machine? Sure, no problem. So I go to pick up the box and I was like, why is this so heavy? I did not buy that much. So I go to the table, I open the box and this is on top. And I'm like, what? What's happening? So then I close the lid. I'm like looking at the shipping label to make sure it says my name. It does. Make sure it says Tower 28. It does. So I open the box back up. This was in my package. Bags of screws and door hinges. Like, what? Why? It's like 3 door hinges and 3 bags of screws. So there was like this and then a piece of brown like shipping paper. And then under it were all my products from Tower 28. But I'm like, why did that happen? I have no idea. Why would a makeup company have door hinges anywhere near their makeup products? I don't know, whatever. All my stuff was there. So I'm like, well, Steven, should I like email them and tell them? I didn't. I don't know. It's fine. I just thought it was so strange that would happen. But at the end of the day, all of my products were in the box, and that's all I really care about. So I have been wanting to try Tower 28's skincare line for a very long time. And I decided to take advantage of the Friends and Family sale and buy their 3-piece set. So we have the Daily Balancing Gel Cleanser, we have the Daily Rescue Facial Spray, and the Daily Barrier Recovery Cream. Now, I have always struggled with acne. I'm 34 years old. I still get breakouts. I have hormonal acne, all that fun stuff. It is what it is. I don't really care anymore. But I do like to do what I can to, you know, make my skin look a little bit nicer. Now, I had gotten really, really into skincare at the end of 2024, and I ended up with like a 10-step skincare routine, and I got so annoyed with it that I just completely stopped using any of the products. So I decided to go back, like dumb it down, I just put away my other stuff, but start over, start with a really simple routine, and I've really, really been enjoying this line. Now, I do like to share Tower 28 on my channel every once in a while because they are accepted by the National Eczema Association. I get eczema on my hands. I actually am having a really bad breakout of eczema right now on both of my hands. Mine is tied to my stress, so I don't know if you guys can see, but my hands have just been a mess lately. So luckily for me, I don't have it on my face or anywhere else. It always just comes on my hands. So if you have eczema, if you have really sensitive skin, I definitely recommend checking this out. I have very, very much been enjoying this line. And then I do love their makeup as well, so I picked up a few things during the sale. So I already have 2 of their Beach Please cream blushes, but I was really interested in this corally color, which is Rush Hour. It's a really pretty peachy shade. I thought it would be really pretty for summer, so I picked that one up. I also picked up their Bronzino in Gold Coast. Now, I have their cream contour, which is their Sculptino. This is their cream bronzer in Bronzino. This is, again, Gold Coast. This is a shimmery cream bronzer, so if you're not into shimmer, I've only tried it once. I don't know how I feel about it. Usually I'm very matte bronze, matte contour kind of person, but I've tried it once and I liked it, so I'm going to keep experimenting. And then I also decided to pick up 3 of their Get Set matte powder blushes. I got the 3 shades that match the cream blushes that I have. When I use a cream product, I do like to set it with a powder. I get hot and sweaty at work, and I like longevity on my makeup. So to go with the coral cream brush that I just showed you, this is Culver Crush. I gotta move to the other hand. Really pretty. Then I have Long Beach Iced Tea, which matches, ooh, I can't remember the name of it. Matches the like lighter cream blush that they have. And then Sawtell Slushy matches one of the darker cream blushes that I have. So very pretty. I've worn all 3 of these shades now, and I really, really like them. And then, just because I could, I picked up the makeup bag. I do take a makeup bag every weekend when we go to camp, so this one's really nice. I actually used this as like my boat bag for 4th of July, and it was really, really nice. Huge. So much storage in here. Like, just for fun. I'm going on vacation in August, so just for fun, let's see how much this thing fits. Didn't even hesitate. So all 3 skincare products, 2 shampoo and conditioners, we have that cream, we have the body spray, like holds a ton. And then I also decided, again, just for funsies, I picked up the Tower 28 little tote bag. This will be great for like in the car on our way to vacation. This would be a great boat bag, all that fun stuff. So that is everything I picked up in June. It's a lot, but I am fully aware that I'm an overconsumer and I'm working on it. So that is going to do it for today's monthly haul. Let me know, let me know what you think, but be nice about it. Have you tried any of these brands, any of these products? Have you read any of the books that I showed you? All that fun stuff. So thank you guys so much for watching. I hope everybody had a great weekend, and I will see you in tomorrow's, I think it's going to be a kitten chat. I'm almost done with colorful sailboats, so I think we're going to kit up my next diamond painting, but we'll see how things work out. So again, thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.